Big, big, big Keith Josey just came in the inventory here at Crossroad Q's. This piece looks like it just came out of a time machine or a time capsule. Actually made in 2013. It almost looks the way that it did when it came out of the shop back in 2013. I mean, it is just extra clean, extra clean. If I could just point out, I mean, you could barely see anything, but just maybe a couple of tiny marks at the bottom of the black phenolic. No dents, no dings. Crystal clear finish. And it rolls perfectly. This cue is actually called the Amulet number 2. The Amulet number 2. I am not sure if Keith Josey offers this cue anymore, but man, this was a big cue back in 2013. The gentleman that we got it from actually picked it up from one of the highest end, largest collectors in the world. I'll give you a hint, the guy's in another country and he's very reputable, let's put it that way, and he has a lot of cues. A lot of cues, and he's a great guy. But a good friend of ours has had it in his private collection also now for quite a long time. Man, this thing is just a dandy of a cue. The forearm is highly figured curly maple, as is the butt sleeve. The points that are floating points, those are floating Cocobolo points. And then you have turquoise. They look like they could be crosses, so cross type inlays that are out of turquoise, and then in the center you've got the turquoise diamonds as well. A lot of work in this cue. All original material as far as like the the shafts are original. I don't know if the wrap was changed out at some point or not. It could be the stock wrap. I would venture to say probably that was added later. The joint protectors are not from Keith Josey, but they've got Josey's name on them. They were made by Mr. Danny Surgeon, who did a pretty darn good job of matching things up. This is not an easy cue to match, so they are not original, but they look great on the cue. Danny does a good job. He's known for his joint protectors and his cue work. The rings are what really stand out besides those points to me. The rings above and below the wrap, those are mother of pearl shields and then turquoises. So you got turquoise and mother of pearl. And then Keith did it right. He went over the top and did double silver trim above and below the ring, which is really super cool. This is an embossed black leather wrap. Embossed lizard is what they call it. So it's not real lizard, but it's real leather. It feels amazing. A lot of people prefer this. And then as I go down into the base of the cue, of course, you've got the same ring that I mentioned a moment ago. And then 5 additional floating points. How cool are those designs? Keith Josey is extremely sought after. His cues are known all over the world. I was reading something recently that his cues, they're all over Asia, Japan, and a lot of other countries, and he's got a pretty darn long wait list. I think it's somewhere around 3 or 4 years, could be as high as 5 now. I haven't checked in a while, but at least 3 or 4 years. He has a guy right here from Indiana that works with another really famous cue maker and does his CNC programming. That's why he gets these super wild designs. And I'll just tell you flat out, it reminds me of a Cognoscente by my good friend Joe Gold. If you notice the designs in there, they're very similar. I'm not saying that either of them copy each other's work or anything like that. They just kind of favor each other because it's not identical, obviously. You could tell a mile away that it's unique. What a special piece this is. Super special cue and extra clean for a 2013. So he makes his cues intentionally forward weighted. So it is a forward weighted cue. The butt is 15.2 ounces. You could easily add weight if you wanted to. And he notably makes just about all of the components in his cues. Besides the joint pin, and some things like that. You know, the butt cap. But as far as the majority of the parts and the components in his cues, you know, he makes the majority of them right in the shop, makes it from scratch, as you could say. And you could read all about Keith Josey on his website also. Nice heavy shafts, 4.2 ounce shafts. One is 13.3, the other is, 13.30, and the other one is 13 millimeter. This will definitely make for somebody's absolute favorite cue. We're going to have it on our website shortly. You can check us out at crossroadcues.com if it makes it that far. Sometimes people buy them before they get on the site. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor, like, follow, and share our Facebook page, Crossroad Cues Gallery page. Keith Josey, the man from Savannah, Georgia, and his cues are known to hit, as he says, firm, stiff hit. Nice, firm, and stiff. Nice, solid hit. This is a radial pin. It's a flat-faced radial pin underneath the joint protector there. So thank you so much for taking the time to follow our video. Hope I didn't bore you too much. How could you get bored looking at something like this, though? If one of you ladies or gentlemen don't buy this real fast, I will be very, very tempted to hide it. So do me a favor so my wife doesn't get mad at me because I keep too many cues. I'm a dealer and a collector, and man, I'll tell you what, this is a tempting one to hang on to. Keith Josey, 2013. Extra, extra, extra clean. Everything rolls straight, and it plays as good as it looks or better at crossroadcues.com. Thank you.